Hey everybody, this is Nick from Logic Inbound, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about what actually drives search rankings. Now, as someone in the search industry, one of the most frustrating things about my peers is how complicated that they make search sound. And the fact of the matter is that it's not nearly as complicated as we communicate. Logic Inbound put over 4,000 keywords on the first page last year, and we found that there are only 4 to 6 things that are going to drive 95% of our rankings and are going to drive 95% of the impact of your guys' campaign as well. So when you search Google for something like what actually impacts search rankings, you're going to find the experts telling you that there's 200 different things. And my issue here is that this makes search marketing seem overly complicated and overwhelming to the point where you're not even going to bother with it because you know you don't have time to address 200 different things. That's a lot of work. So I'm going to show you those 4 to 6 things that we implement that drive 95% of our results and helped our blog and our website receive over 43,000 visits in February from 1,400 first page keywords. So one of our most successful blog posts is about Instagram. And this allows us to hijack branded Instagram search volume and send marketers and founders to our website where they convert into prospects and then clients. So if you Google contact Instagram, you're going to see not only do we outrank Instagram themselves, but Google's actually given us the featured snippet, which means they bring data from the blog post into the search results. Now, the first thing that we want to look at is relevancy. Google wants to prioritize its pages that it believes are more relevant to a user's search query than pages that are not. And relevancy comes from a few different places. The first is the meta title. And the meta title is this thing right here, as well as the meta description. And this is the description that is shown in search results. Relevancy also comes from H1s and H2s. And we'll cover that more in just a second. Another thing relevancy comes from is the URL structure. So let's start off by comparing the relevancy of our blog posts to Instagram's. The first thing you'll see is that our URL path uses the exact search query that searchers are typing in. And we didn't guess this. We used data to tell us the core keyword in the most popular and common way that people search to contact Instagram. Whereas Instagram's URL has a bunch of numbers in it that aren't relevant to what people are searching for. The second thing you'll notice is that we make better use of our meta title as well as our meta description than Instagram does. Not only do we include the core keyword, but we have variations of the core keyword in both the meta title and the meta description. And this is important because we don't want to just rank for the core keyword. We want to rank for as many variations of the core keyword as possible, because the core keyword might have 10,000 searches a month, but if you add up all of the variations in the way that people search for that core keyword, that overall volume, the total volume might be 50,000. So we don't want to just target one particular keyword. We want to go broad, and we want to target all of the largest opportunities and all of the largest variations for people in the way that they search for a particular keyword. So let's click into the articles. The second most important factor to ranking is the amount of content that you have compared to your competition for any particular content topic. Now, this varies depending on the keyword and the competition. And so our blog posts may range from 1,000 words to 2,000, sometimes up to 10,000 words if the competition has also created a lot of content. So this is very easy to see when you compare the amount of content on Instagram's page versus the amount of content on our page. You know, our blog post might be 800 to 1,000 words, while Instagram's is only, less than 100 words on their page. So the third most important factor to ranking is how your content is structured. Google likes structured data because Google knows that pages with structured data have better user engagement metrics. And at the end of the day, Google just wants to provide the most relevant, most informative, high-quality content to their searchers as they can. Now, Google doesn't actually understand. It can't synthesize your content to determine it's good, but Google has developed heuristics that it knows indicate quality content. Now, through the thousands of searches over the last 20 years, Google has found that quality content has higher time on site, more pages visited, lower bounce rates, and overall engagement with the site is higher. Now, Google has found that the pages that are driving those high engagement metrics generally tend to have a couple things in common. The first is that those pages have more content than the competition for a given search query, and that the data on the pages is structured in a particular way that we call structured data. Now, structured data is a variety of things. Structured data is things like lists and tables and table of contents and bullet points. It's pictures, it's liberal use of H2s, it's H1s. It's outbound citations. Now, you don't need all of those things to outrank the competition, but the more you have, the easier it is. So let's scroll through this page, and I'm going to point out some examples of things that we purposely did to outrank Instagram. The first is that we have a hero image. Instagram's article does not have that. We have an H1. We have a table of contents. We bold some content where we want to draw users' eyes to. And we use variations of the core keyword that we're targeting in the H2s, because people don't just type contact Instagram. They might type Instagram contact number, Instagram contact email. They might type in contact Instagram support. And we want to make sure that we can capture all of those eyeballs. Here's a list. And so even though we didn't implement all those things that I said are important, we implemented enough of them to be able to make the difference, outrank Instagram, get the featured snippet, capture the eyeballs of thousands and thousands of marketers and founders every month, convert those marketers and founders into prospects, and eventually clients. So let me show you another example in how the same principles that I discussed here were integrated into our page and allowed us to outrank other stronger, more powerful brands. So again, if you search a Shopify safe, not only do we outrank Shopify themselves, but we have the featured snippet, and Google's injected content from our article directly into the search results. So let's start off with comparing metadata and URL structure. Our URL structure and our title of the page is the exact query that searchers are searching for. And again, we didn't guess this. We used data to tell us what they're searching for. Where when you look at Shopify's URL, there's a bunch of stuff in the URL that isn't very relevant to what searchers are actually searching for. The second thing you'll notice is that while they have an H1, they don't have any H2s. They don't have any pictures. They don't have any tables or lists or bullet points or outbound links or any of the things that Google likes to see and that indicate content is quality. Compare that with our article. We have a hero image. We've bolded content that we want to draw our visitors' eyeballs to. We have a table of contents. We have liberal use of H2s. We have more pictures. And so the more competitive a particular keyword, the more content you need and the more structured data you need. So it's really that simple. We didn't build a million backlinks to these articles. We don't have some secret trick. It's not black magic. It's aligning your content in the pages you want to rank with Google's goal of providing a good user experience to their users. It's that simple. And I wish the industry did a better job at communicating what it actually takes to rank pages, because it's not that difficult. You don't have to be Neil Patel. You don't have to be Matt Cutts. You don't have to be Sergey or Larry to rank things in Google. Anybody can do it. I hope you found this video interesting. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email at sales@logicinbound.com. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And good luck search marketing.